Now it's 6:30 on WKYT this morning. Police are looking for several more people accused in an organized crime ring to steal Kentucky bourbon.
A Kentucky family increases the reward for information in a double murder case that's gone unsolved for a year.
And we'll have details about an entertainment complex that is proposed for downtown Lexington. It looks impressive.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning from the WKYT News team. Welcome in on this Wednesday. It's April 22nd, Earth Day. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Hope you're having a great start to your day. It is Earth Day, so we should get out and enjoy it as much as we can. But Mike is telling us there's going to be a little bit of cold air issue as well as potentially some small rain chances. So hopefully things will be okay on this.
Let's check in with him in our First Alert Weather Center.
Yeah, some much colder air on the way, especially tomorrow morning and Friday morning. That's when you really sort of feel it, and temperatures are in the 30s. The way we get there is to the north, and what I mean by that is you got to look northbound to actually see that front sliding our direction. Now, there's a lot of rain to it, or not a lot of rain, I should say more widespread rain to it, just to the north of the river. But when it gets into our neck of the woods, it won't look like that. We'll have a few showers here and there, and that's about it. Once it passes through, it'll really bring a chill to the air. Cooler temperatures out there right now, and all highways and byways look pretty good. Have not heard of anything as you're traveling this morning there for the early morning commute. Cool morning, first half of the day, you'll have a couple of showers. Second half of the day, mixture of sun and clouds. Cool temperatures and gusty winds at 58 degrees. So we just got to watch out for that because it's still going to be pretty chilly. You're going to have that coat all day long, especially if you're outdoors. Now, overnight and into tomorrow morning, we're talking 32 degrees for some. Yeah, not just a frost, but potential freeze. I'll show you that coming up.
Wow, and this is spring. All right, Micah, thank you.
Well, the Pappy Van Winkle case has gained international attention. This morning, investigators say it could be only the tip of the iceberg. 5
people have been arrested. They're accused of stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of bourbon from 2 Kentucky distilleries. But police are still looking for several suspects. WKYT's Mark Barber is at our live desk this morning to explain where the investigation stands right now. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. The Franklin County Sheriff says other people could still be indicted, but he says finally, after 7 years, they have busted the crime ring behind the daring bourbon heist. Investigators tell us 9 people in the crime ring have been indicted. We're told one of them worked at the Wild Turkey Distillery and 2 worked at Buffalo Trace Distillery. Rare and expensive bourbon from the distilleries started disappearing back in 2008. The sheriff says the man who appears to be the ringleader, Gilbert Kurtzinger, worked at Buffalo Trace. We're told he exploited gaps in security to steal barrels of bourbon. 8 others are also charged with engaging in organized crime. Julie Kurtzinger, Mark Searcy, Ronnie Lee Hubbard, Dusty Atkins, Christopher Preston and Joshua Preston, Robert McKinney, and Sean Ballard. The 5 people who turned themselves in last night are no longer listed in the Franklin County Regional Jail. Officials there tell us they cannot give us any more information, but according to several of our viewers, the Kurtzingers have bonded out of jail. When we asked the sheriff how people became a part of the crime ring, he laughed, saying it was through a softball league of all things. Investigators say they have recovered $100,000 worth of stolen bourbon so far. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you very much. A story that's gotten a lot of attention even nationally. Well, police are looking for a gunman who robbed an eastern Kentucky store. State police released a surveillance picture of the suspect, and there he is. They say the gunman robbed the dollar store in the Flat Lick community of Knox County last night. After stealing cash, they say he took off on a 4-wheeler. The man is described as being about 5'9", weighing 350 pounds or so. He was wearing a dark mask and dark clothing. There is now a $50,000 reward for information in a double murder case that has been unsolved for a year. Kathy Netherland and her daughter Samantha were found dead inside their Nelson County home last year. Police say thousands of tips have come up empty. They're still looking for a black Chevy Impala that was last seen driving away from the home shortly after the murders.
Well, a disturbing story to tell you about this morning out of Laurel County. The man accused of dragging a dog down the road with his truck says it was an accident. Homeward Bound said the dog was found in a ditch and had to be euthanized because the injuries were so bad. The rescue group said the owner claimed he didn't know that his son had tied the dog to his truck. He was on his way to work when he says someone flagged him down about the dog, and that's when he says he left that dog in a ditch. Homeward Bound says it plans to file charges in the case. Well, there were some frightening moments for a Johnson County Sheriff's deputy when a tree fell on his cruiser. Deputy Richard Salyer says he was responding to a house alarm when the tree fell along Highway 1092. It crushed the passenger side of the cruiser.
Just driving along, just with my own thoughts, and all of a sudden it was like a bomb went off, and took me a few minutes to really figure out what had happened, because I mean, I was thinking explosion or gunshot or something like that.
Yikes. Well, the deputy has a small bruise near his eye, otherwise wasn't hurt. As for the damaged cruiser, the sheriff's office waiting to hear from the insurance company before deciding what to do next. Another falling tree crushed an SUV outside a Lexington home. This happened on Winding Wood Place in the Heartland neighborhood. No one was hurt. A student had said he was about to get in his SUV, but his mom stopped him to tell him something, and just minutes later that tree fell. The family thinks that gusty winds and the rain-soaked grounds there both played a role in causing that tree to fall.
The time is now 6:36 on WKYT this morning. Next week, the U.S. Supreme Court will hear arguments over Kentucky's ban on same-sex marriage. Several Kentucky couples will be in Washington, D.C. as the case is presented. Jim Meade and Luke Barlow left for the nation's capital last night. They met in Lexington nearly 50 years ago. They say they're getting involved so that LGBT kids don't have to go through what they did.
I'm a three-time suicide survivor. When I was at Bryan Station, and I said, you know, that we're losing so many kids today to suicide. This is something that you and I need to do. And so we plunged in. We came out of the closet. We threw the doors open wide, and here we are.
Next week, Jacqueline Policastro from our Washington Bureau will be at the Supreme Court reporting on the arguments in the same-sex marriage cases. Well, after months of delays, work could soon begin on a new movie theater right in downtown Lexington.
Well, the complex will sit just across from Rupp Arena. It'll include much more we hear than just movie screens. WKYT's Victor Puente is live this morning at the proposed site to explain when construction could begin.
Good morning, guys. This parking lot is the one we normally set up in for live shots next to Rupp Arena. It's just to my right. But after this summer, we may have to find a new place to park because construction will be taking place right where I'm standing. Back in March of 2014, we reported on plans for a Los Angeles-based cinema group to build a theater and entertainment complex here at the corner of South Broadway and West High Street. According to the Herald Leader, those plans are moving forward. They say there were some issues with getting the proper leases, and that led to the construction being pushed back. It'll be known as the Krikorian Premier Theaters, and have 12 screens, including a 100-foot widescreen, which could be the biggest in Kentucky. It'll also have a bowling alley, a food court, and laser tag, which will be built into the lower level of the parking garage next to this lot. The project coordinator told the Herald Leader this location is perfect for them because it's close to the Hilton and the Hyatt, as well as being within walking distance of UK. Now, the plan is to begin construction later this summer, with hopes of being opened by the fall of 2016. Live in Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Talk about an entertainment complex. Thanks so much. Well, the fastest 2 minutes in sports is now just 10 days away. Preparations are underway both on and off the track at Churchill Downs. Tens of thousands of people will gallop to the track for this year's Kentucky Derby. Keen Ice, Mr. Z, American Pharaoh, Dancing Moon, and other contenders working out on the track ahead of the Run for the Roses on May 2nd.
It won't be long now, and certainly we'll have the eyes of the world on Kentucky for at least a while. We have a traffic alert for drivers in 2 counties this morning. Crews will be repairing potholes today in Fayette and Jessamine counties. In Lexington, repair work is scheduled on I-64 between the 71 and 89 mile markers. In Jessamine County, potholes will be patched on US 27 near the Fayette County line. In both locations, crews will be out there through Friday from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. each day. So keep that in mind if you're heading out.
Good that those repairs are going on, though, because when you hit one of those things, it is jarring.
And costly, potentially.
Potentially. All right, let's check to see how things are moving out on the roads besides that issue that's going on today.
Let's go to Officer Don with a check on live drive traffic. Good morning, Don.
Good morning. Of course, the pothole repairs later will not affect your rush hour commute. You'll just have to dodge the potholes till they can get them patched. Right now, the circle looks pretty good. Let's get a look outside and we'll show you what's happening. Traffic's fairly light this morning. No report of any major issues or delays as we check out Broadway and High Street and look at our Waze map to get an overall picture as what's happening right now with live drivers on the way in, showing the traffic is moving okay for the most part. We just looked at inbound Nicholasville Road. Harrodsburg Road on Waze looks okay, and the slowest traffic right now is on the inner loop of New Circle. That's approaching Alexandria Drive, the overpass there, over toward Old Frankfort Pike. But construction zone, about what we expect it to be for this time of the morning. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, a good start to the morning out there. Thank you, Don. 6:40 now on WKYT this morning. Hey, it's nice to have you along. Wednesday, it's hump day, and more news is on the way.
We'll get over that hump eventually, right? A new invention is helping golfers hang 10 on the back nine. How the makers of the product are hoping to change the game of golf.
And we're looking outside. Not only will this front to the north of us bring us a chance of rain, but it will also bring us a much cooler air. Let's call it cold. I'll show you how low we go with these numbers coming up.